Hello, Jonathan. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know what happened. I was kicked out. Was that you?
No, no, I have nothing to do with it. No, it was just your
Okay.
computer playing your
Yeah.
tricks.
Anyways, hello, everyone. Thank you for showing up to our hebdomary Swiss and John show. I am Swiss, and I'm here with Jonathan. How are you, Jonathan?
Oh, I'm doing very well. We have a perfect summer day today.
Oh my God, it was so hot today. It went up to 32 degrees Celsius, which
Oh,
some people would say isn't that bad. For me, it's already way too much. And
yeah,
this just makes me frightened about what's to come this summer.
just wait until Perth Luxury comes up and tells you about his 42 degrees days. So, yeah, but 32 is pretty brutal. Is it normal at that time of the year in Switzerland?
I don't know. I don't know. Temperatures have been super bizarre this year. I mean, end of April. So mid-April we were about 15 16 17, and then all of a sudden uh end of April it started snowing like
Hmm.
below zero. I was like, oh, holy shit. And
Yeah.
then it went for 1 or 2 days, and then it went back up to 18, 19, 20, and now we are approaching 27, 28, and today we were past 30.
Hmm. We have
So
22
yeah.
here, so you should come and visit me.
Oh man, I would love to come and visit you. 22? Oh,
Yeah. Have you seen the strawberries?
so yes. Oh wait, I have to share my screen once again. So for you guys in the chat, Jonathan has a little surprise about his strawberries. I guess it's a good year for the crops, is it?
Yes. We had a huge amount of rain recently,
Mm.
and that is the first pickup of the year for us. So there is a strawberry field nearby our home. This is not my garden, and you pay by the
Oh,
kilo that you're picking it up, and the fields are full with magnificent strawberries, and you can eat as many as you want. You don't get charged for the ones that you eat right now. You're just paying for the one that you check out.
oh, so you could go over there, just fill your stomach to the
Yes.
brim, and
Sometimes family go there and make a picnic on the strawberry field, and they stay there
oh,
for hours, and nobody says a thing.
man, that's so good.
Yeah.
Why can't I have this in Switzerland? That would be so nice.
You don't have strawberry fields in
We
Switzerland?
we do, but we have to pay. I mean,
Well, I have to pay as well. If so for that basket that was 2 kilograms, I had to pay, but it's €8, so that is totally okay.
yeah. Or you could eat everything and you don't pay anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So can we do
Well,
the same with Rolex?
good question. Maybe you ask them and you keep us updated with their reply. If they just say "fuck you," or if they or if they wrote in English. What do you think?
Fuck you, monsieur. So I just want to say hello to people in the chat. Hello to Russell. Have a great show, guys. Best watch on YouTube. Thank you so much, man. You're welcome. Danger Will Robinson. Peruka claims Swiss is demanding a 25% pay increase. So wait. So this is basically the same um, the same predicament you had with the Tim Wright show. So 25% pay increase of zero is still zero, right?
That is true, yes.
But then he makes the correct statement that he accepts payment in KFC.
Yeah, but zero KFC is still a good bargain for me.
Yeah, but even if it's zero, I can still have a paper that says that I'm being paid in KFC.
Let's talk about
This
that
alone
later.
is worth it. And Cherish Time Watches. Hey guys, hope all is well. Thank you, man. Hope all is well with you too. Welcome to the show. So, guys, I myself had a crazy day. I know you don't really care, but I'm still gonna bore you with my story. So, exactly. Wait, Jonathan. Are you taking Mr. GMT's place? He's the one that would make the snoring noises when
Well,
we're.
I'm not yelling yet, so you'd better
Oh
be
yeah.
funny
When you
and
yell is when
entertaining.
I really have to go on. So yeah, today was, well, this weekend here in the region. It's the, the open weekend for the wineries, and so every wine seller and producer has this open day where you can go over there and try some samples, and they basically try to seduce you to buy
Yeah.
their wines.
They get you drunk
uh,
to buy more.
yeah, and man, I mean, when you go in like the wine region, it can get pretty bad. So we started at 8 this morning,
Oh my
and
god.
I think we did 25 different wineries. So
And you can still sit upright.
I stopped drinking at 4, thinking that I would be good for our show, but I have to say I'm still a bit slightly tipsy. But I
So
hope I
let's
hope I
let's
won't
put
have
it
a
like that.
headache tomorrow.
You won't be legally allowed to drive a car
Oh,
or
no! Right now I'm not legally
or
allowed
pilot
to
a
drive.
plane.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my day. It was awesome, super sunny, but super hot.
Yeah, super hot, and
Yeah.
then a lot of wine. That is a deadly
Oh
combination,
yeah.
I must say. Yes.
Oh yeah. And I filled my stomach not with strawberries, but they all have like those handmade bread with cheese slices and delicious aged meat. It's
Oh,
crazy, man. Crazy.
that
That was
sounds
a
wonderful.
beautiful day. Tipsy Swiss and John Show, brought to you by
Mr.
Uber Eats.
Danger Will Robinson, I'm sober. I'm here in charge. So when Swiss gets nasty, I'm gonna kick him off. Okay.
Right. So we have a lot to talk about. We won't be able to go through all the topics because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 topics to go through. So maybe we can go through 5. That would be awesome. So let's start with the first topic.
So just for the viewers, we called each other 2 hours ago, and we were discussing the topics. And to me, this is one of the most interesting watch weeks that we had ever. There are so many amazing watches. There are so many amazing stories out there, and I really enjoyed reading them all. And yeah, hopefully we can entertain you a little bit with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, as you say, this week was kind of crazy for the watch world. Um, many watches and beautiful new models have been showcased this week. Uh, I would like to quickly start with this one. Where's my screen? Right there. So this, a new Audemars Piguet in ceramic, which I think is absolutely beautiful and has that very special dial that was designed by an artist called Carolina Bucci. So this is 50th anniversary Royal Oak in black ceramic, 34 millimeters. So it is considered a lady's watch. Let's just have a little close up on that image. Wait, I have to do that. So it has this very interesting dial, which was much more complicated than I thought. So the first time I saw this, I thought it was simply, a laser etched dial, a simple dial, but actually it isn't. So there is, I think, 3 layers of this dial. So there is underneath all of this a brass plate, and I think this. So it's interesting because in the article they didn't mention how it was made, but I'm pretty sure this is how it's made. So they have a brass plate that is completely dark. So this is the background, and then they used a sapphire window that was put just on top, and this window is what was, in my opinion, it is laser etched to give those this rainbow color. And it is quite interesting because you can see the logo here. Actually, it isn't simply printed on top like the little notches here. It is actually drilled and then filled with lacquer, which gives, well, according to the article, gives it a beautiful 3D structure, which I think is very interesting.
I must say I like that rainbow effect, and
Yeah.
it must be very vivid and very sparkling when you see it in real life.
So
that ever-changing
I
thing.
have a few photos of it in real life. Oops, what's happening? So this is the computer rendering, right? These are the photos from the photographers and the marketing, which looks really nice. But actually, in when you take photographies for magazines and articles, you always get that one shot that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then you can even retouch it or whatever. I'm not implying anything, but I have here a photograph from Suzanne Wong, which is one of the first one who got it. And this is how it looks.
So they are out already for the clients?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Which, it looks very interesting, but
yeah,
it's not quite how it was advertised, but I think it's still amazing. I cannot make this photo bigger because Instagram sucks. But yeah, there you go. I think it's very interesting. Man, that would be so beautiful if there wasn't this ugly date at 3 that destroys everything. But other than that, I really enjoyed that. If they release this in 39, it's gonna be the end of the world.
No, but Swis, now the big question comes: 34 millimeters. Would you get it in 34 for yourself?
No,
if you could get it,
34 is slightly too small.
Yeah.
36 is still good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
34 is slightly too small.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had 24 shows, and Swis for the first time is here on the record and says one particular watch is too small for him.
Yeah. And
mark the date.
Nitpick number 2, it's way too fucking pricey. So it is. So it has. Wait. So there is. So this is a run-of-the-mill movement that we're using. Yeah, it is limited 300 pieces. 300 pieces. It is that 5800 caliber. And
is that the Fleurier?
It is not Fleurier. I think it is the. No, I will have to Bobby Google that.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Let's Bobby Google it. Duck. Yes. So watch base, guys. If you want to learn about a movement, it is watch base. It was introduced in 2020. So yeah. Oh, you were right. It is a Vaucher-based movement.
Vaucher, yes. Vaucher Fleurier, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Fleurier, it's Vaucher.
Yeah, Vaucher.
Yeah, Fleurier is owned by Richemont, and Fleurier is owned by the
Vaucher is in Fleurier, and Richemont is called Val Fleurier.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
There we go.
So I'm trying to Bobby Google the price for the normal ceramic 34 millimeters, but I failed to find the price.
Yeah, it's close to that one. It's way too pricey. It's $54,000.
No, but do you know the price of the normal dial
I think it's 50.
ceramic? Yeah. Okay, so it's
I
5,000
think
more
it's close
for
to
this.
50.
Okay. What I really like is the combination with this black ceramic and the rose gold. I'm happy that they didn't use
I
white
think this,
gold or yellow
it looks
gold.
really good.
Yeah.
What about like that? What do you think of that photograph?
Look, I have this is a thought process. I haven't finished it. I find it a little bit annoying that watch companies are introducing ladies' watches that that follow those cliches that many guys have. So must be a pink dial, or must be a sparkling dial, or must look like a nail varnish, or must be whatever. So to add typical female cliches that men have in mind, instead of treating women just like normal people and giving them normal watches. So the need to bling out ladies' watches to whatever degrees annoys me a little bit. So just for the sake of the discussion, do you think they really would issue the same watch in 39 or 40 millimeters for the men's market? I don't
know. I think they should. I think if they do, it would be a #1 seller. But I honestly, I don't really think they will.
Yeah, that
Because
is exactly my point.
They focus way too much on the chronographs and yeah. Honestly, I don't see them releasing this in 39 and even less in 41. I don't know. I might be wrong, but
you remember that that collection of that Hong Kong advocate that we reviewed?
Yep.
What I liked about her collection was those were amazing watches, but without that female touch.
Mm-hmm.
And I really loved that. And yeah, just like I say, I hope that it's understandable what I'm trying to get across with my crappy English. Just treat women as independent people and not like little princesses. Let's put it that way.
Chris Clue is asking, what is her name? So it is Suzanne Wong, a prominent figure of horological journalism. I think she is editor-in-chief at World Tempest.
Oh,
I met her once.
You met her?
Yeah, she gave a talk in Geneva here.
So, but don't get me wrong about my rant. I really like this watch, and I'm pretty sure they have no problems in selling those 300. And I'm pretty sure they make 300 women very happy with it.
So JD is saying that it is a sapphire layer over the brass base, engraved and metallized with a gold film. Interesting. I thought it was simply laser etched on the sapphire, but that's interesting.
Probably you don't get the laser, the rainbow effect by just laser engraving, because it looks just then milky white.
No, I'm pretty sure you can do it. Look, Danger agrees with you. I agree with Higginator. Blinking out of women's watches is wasteful. No, it's not wasteful, but it can be cliche. I agree with you.
Nothing wrong with blinked out watches, but the cliche is a little bit bothersome in my opinion.
There is just one thing I wanted to mention. So yeah, the designer, that came up with the idea said, I wanted to place a rainbow in the most unexpected of places. I'm sorry, but after the bezel, I think the dial would be the most obvious place to put a rainbow, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe he was just mentioning that special pattern on the AP dial. Right. where it's not expected. Let's
Yeah.
giving that, but otherwise I agree with you. Yeah.
But then they say they wanted it to look like when you see oil floating on a puddle, and I think this is really well done.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like that. So,
but in my opinion, that is bad marketing that you mention oil floating on a water surface. It gives very bad associations, don't you think so?
Hey, marketing genius.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Ooh.
That is a big one, guys.
Now we are talking, yes.
Okay. Akrivia Recepi, chronomètre contemporain number 2. Wait, so quick mention from Danger, Will Robinson. Wasteful in the sense that's so much an improperly placed effort and design go into millions of pieces that eventually get discarded or sold for pennies on the dollar. I mean, that's pretty much anything that isn't Rolex, Patek, or Richard Mille, because you take, you know what I saw today? So I was at my AD the other day, and they have that beautiful Chopard. Let me Bobby Google it. It was absolutely amazing. Just give me 1 second. I think it's called the XP. Oh, that one. XP 40 mil. Duck. Accept. They had this beautiful Chopard, which I think looks really nice. A very classic design. Beautiful dial, beautiful rose gold indices. The movement behind is gorgeous. Really, really, really good. Beautiful finishes. Very thin. Classic. Look at that strap. Like a fabric strap that I think goes so well with the watch itself at a reasonable price. Beautiful watch. And I saw someone selling it on Facebook for, I think it was for $4,500.
Wow.
Less, like half price. Untouched, still with the plastic wrapped around. Like, guys, this is such a good price. This is such a good watch. Anyhow, what were we talking about?
Akrivia. Recepi.
Yeah. So just to give a little context to everybody, Recepi right now is basically the Jesus incarnate when it comes to young independent watchmakers. Everyone is saying, and well, they are, to be honest, they are betting and gambling on the fact that he is the next FP Journe or the next Philippe Dufour. Some even
Philippe
say
Dufour, I would say, yes.
So the guy had his first job at 16 years old in Patek Philippe, and he was even trained under FP Journe. So he has like all the perfect qualities to become the next, the next Philippe Dufour. To be honest, he's extremely talented, very young, independent. He works now with Pierre Hageman, which is the holy pope of case making. This is big, guys. And he has his own brand, which is named Akrivia. But at some point, he released this watch. Well, not this one, but the previous iteration, which was the Recepi chronomètre contemporain, which is, very classic.
Can you say that again?
Recepi chronomètre contemporain.
Contemporain. Okay.
Contemporain.
Porin. Okay.
Porin.
I failed to do that. You just
it has all those nasal sounds.
I just give you the code and you spell it again, okay? when we are talking about it.
Yeah. Up. Very, very beautiful watch. It made such a it took the industry by storm. Every collector was waiting in a line to get this watch from Recep Recepi. Oh, OC says good evening. Hey, good evening, man. Welcome to the show.
It is not Giuseppe, it is Recep Recepi.
Yeah, Recep Recepi. I think he is from Kosovo. So it is his real name, by the way, Recep Recepi. So yeah, and oh, John, look at that. Oh my God.
So to give the viewers a little bit of context, the first example of his chronomètre, what was the name?
Chronomètre contemporain.
Yeah, that was well received. It has a beautiful finishing, I must say. I was totally blown away by it. It was 55,000 Swiss francs. Yes, you can see the old one here.
Let me. Oh yeah.
And now Recepi is outdoing himself. Now he has a longer power reserve. He has double barrels. One barrel is only firing up the second hand, which is a second stop. So it goes in second intervals, just like a quartz watch, but of course totally mechanical.
It's a deadbeat second, yeah.
So one barrel is only for the second and for the reset. The other one is for the rest. And look at that. And now you're saying the anglage.
Yeah, the anglage. Or the
I
beveling.
think, you know that I'm a big Seiko fan and micro artist, but I must say those bevels from Recepi are better than Credo or micro artist. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say that. They're insane.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely spectacular.
One tiny detail. So the most difficult anglage is called the inward angle, or so angles that go inward. And alone on the gears, he has 140 inward angles. The spokes of the wheels.
You can see right here, right there. Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
That is just insane. Yes. So he made the new movement even nicer and more symmetrical, because the single barrel from the previous one had one eye, so one big ruby pivot, and now it's perfectly symmetrical with those two ruby stones, and so he outdid himself by doing that, and
he basically made a perfect watch even more perfect.
Yeah,
some people would say.
And Swis mentioned Monsieur Hagman.
Yeah, so Jean-Pierre Hagman.
Yes, so there is an interview with Jean-Claude Biver, who was talking about the Hublot minute repeater, and he said for the Hublot minute repeater he consulted his old friend Monsieur Hagman, who was doing many of the Patek Philippe minute repeaters, and he's well known to make the best cases for minute repeaters and others. So Monsieur Hagman is now 82. He has retired, and for some reason Recep Recepi makes his own cases under the supervision of Monsieur Hagman.
Yeah.
So that is just yeah.
And Jean-Pierre Hagman even put his name just below Recep Recepi on his atelier.
Yes. So that is a
so basically it's one of the best independent watchmakers combined with one of the best case makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are two downsides, Swis. There are two downsides.
Tell me.
So the first downside, and I'm pretty sure OC will agree with me, because OC always finds flaws. And look at that that line that shows that line that is that has those square angles.
Which
on
one?
the dial. On the dial.
Oh, on the dial?
I'm talking about the dial.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
this
a
line
it's not a
that goes
circle.
over
It has
here.
those gaps. You know what
Yeah.
this reminds me of?
Not really. Tell me. Oh my God! Come on, John.
I can't help myself.
Come on.
I have to apologize. That is what it reminds me of. I can't get over it. This line is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. The second thing is the first chronomètre contemporatif
Contemporain.
costed 55,000 Swiss francs. Guess how much the second one costs?
Actually, I didn't
You know
see.
I know it.
I would say 70.
No, more than double, unfortunately.
What? Okay.
So the gold is 120 and the platinum is 130.
Holy shit! So price on request. So even monochrome didn't get the price.
Yes, but on the Rolex forum there is a guy who
Oh,
split the
man.
prices. Yes.
150.
Yes.
Damn.
No, 30. 130 for the platinum,
130.
120 for the gold.
Guys, 130 is the price of a Vacheron Tourbillon, just to give you the idea of the price, right?
But you don't get that anglage, and you don't get the recipe, and you don't get a case by Monsieur Hartmann.
Yeah, true. But to be honest, even at that price, it's gonna sell like crazy. People are gonna fight to get it.
Yes, and you will see people selling them for double or triple. So no problem with that price if you can afford it.
Yeah. So there is something that makes me really, really smile and really laugh.
1 second,
to
I
me,
know what it is.
Oh, you think you know?
Yeah, that.
No, no, that is not the smile I was talking about.
Okay.
So if you go here, can I add my thing? So actually, look at this. Oh, I'm just gonna see if they have a better photo of that. There it is.
That is an engraving. You know that.
Sorry?
That is an engraving.
So when I look at that, and they even call it the gratte dial, which means scratch.
Scratched, yes.
And so just as you, I cannot imagine anything else than someone with a tiny pick going like.
you just imagine Monsieur Recipe when he's mad about his workers. He's just venting by doing that.
Yeah. Someone was pulling a prank.
Yeah.
He just made a scratch, and then he was, oh no, now the whole dial. Oh wait, just fill everything, guys. I'm a genius. Trust me, it's gonna work.
Come on, Swis. Now this is a serious watch talk, and we don't want to feed those childish speculations, just like bucktooth and all kind of stuff. So what is the second one? You had two or only one?
No, just that.
Okay.
Other than that, the watch is fucking perfect. I don't have anything to complain about.
Yeah, I would draw the dial.
Maybe the lugs go a bit far down. Wait, let me find a profile picture.
He elongated the lugs because the watch is only 38 millimeters, and the old one had shorter lugs.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it goes a bit too downwards. By the way, this one
that is the old one
was sold at Only Watch this year. Very first chronomètre contemporain number 2 with that special, brass linen finish, which looks amazing. Amazing. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I agree.
Look at that, guys. Holy shit.
How much did you sell for?
I don't know. I'd have to Google that. Let me find out.
I must say, I'm not a fan of those temper blued hands that shine a little bit in the violet color. When the
You don't like
temper
that?
blue hands are blue, I'm totally okay. If the hue is getting red, I'm not a fan of it. And you can,
It's sold for $800,000.
yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Can you pull up the watch again,
Yeah.
where you can see the heat blued hands? It is not blue. It is
But
slightly.
it is not blue. It's actually
It's
metallic.
violet.
No, it's silver. That
No,
one.
no, no. The hour hand. Look at the hour hand.
No, it's silver too. It's just the photo.
Have a look at the current platinum that has those heat blued hands
Wait,
as well.
that one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where's my other one?
Oh,
that's not. It's not.
Then the gold one. Can you pull up the gold?
Okay. Tak. Oh, true.
Of
that
course.
one has treatment.
Yeah.
I'm
not a fan of that hue on such a watch. What do you think, Swis?
It's
just
like
keep it blue.
Purple burgundy thing.
Yeah.
What I like is that they just treated the hands and they kept, you see here, the center clear. Same for here. I think that's pretty good. But the color is a bit.
But I would take the platinum anyhow. So
yeah,
problem
solved. So platinum, black dial, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So would you give $150,000 for that?
I don't have 150,000. So the question is, would I sell one of my favorite watches just to get this particular watch? And yes, I would. I would find 150,000 in watches to fund this without selling my most favorite ones.
Right.
But I won't get it. So no chance to get one.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would sell my Lange 1 Moonface for it.
Oof. So I think they mentioned how many there were.
I think 100.
Availability, 50 pieces in rose, 50 pieces in platinum. Right. Big. Oh, and just they have a photo of the regular Akrivia.
Yes.
When you think of Akrivia, this is usually the watch that is thought about. Still, very, very beautiful. But
Benjamin Robinson, that's a lot of strawberries.
Yeah,
that is true. Actually, I appreciate what goes into that Akrivia. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like it more simple. I like the chronometre.
I still remember the day Tim Wright almost got away with one of those.
Yes, that was crazy.
Oh my god, that was one of the best streams ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That is where the magic started between us, Swis.
Yes. Oh, and here we have Recepi. Basically, I think he's even younger than me. It's crazy.
But it must be, this guy is a genius and makes so beautiful watches. Do you think his watchmakers are totally pissed off by the challenges that he gives them, or do they want more challenges? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. But he has a very closed circle of watchmakers. I think there are like 5 total in the atelier.
But to that scale, yes. Mm-hmm.
Under 10. Yeah, it's crazy. These guys, they make wonders.
Yeah, but I can see a bright future now. Just imagine he makes a complicated watch. So
man,
he goes the F. Pigeon route and just makes...
they used to, because they have one of those in a tourbillon, I think. So I don't know what's happening with that, but maybe they can do a chronomètre contemporain tourbillon.
Yeah,
that would be insane. Maybe a pièce unique for King Ben Salman. I don't know.
Yeah, or
Who knows?
for only
Who knows?
watch again. Yes, you never know.
Okay, we have been
Okay.
going for 40 minutes.
Yes.
Shall we go to the next
Yes.
topic?
I'm not sure if the audience is not put asleep because we don't have Mr. GMT reminding us that we're going after. Oh, that is a beautiful one. I hope that Marco Ferrante is in the chats because I would like to challenge him. So Marco, if you're here, please show yourself, and I'm gonna send a link because I would like to discuss this particular watch with you.
Okay, so we have now. Stay with me. A collaboration between Zenith, Philips, and Voutilainen
Yes.
to revive a historic competition grade caliber from the 50s, caliber 135, with the Observatoire limited edition from Zenith that has been re-released. So
I think we have to take a step back to the 1950s and 1960s. Back then, precision was king. So all the watchmakers have been trying to make the most precise mechanical watches because quartz watches didn't exist at that time. And the most famous competition was the observatory competition in Neuchâtel,
yes,
where the Swiss watchmakers used to produce special competition movements to compete with each other, because you win on Sunday, you sell on Monday. So you get good results on these competitions, and you can advertise how many prizes you got, and you made the most precise watch. What people have to know is those observatory competition watches had nothing to do with normal watches. They were just like racehorses or like race cars.
basically they were like prototypes specially made
Yes.
for the competition.
Yes, and the highest priced watchmakers were the guys who were able to regulate them to such a high degree. Those were the elite watchmakers. And so Zenith was getting the most of the prizes from those chronometer competitions. And they took or they still have those competition movements somewhere laying around, including the cases where they sent them to the observatory in Neuchâtel. And they took 10 out of those competing movements and encased them in a platinum case. How cool is that?
That is incredibly cool. Really cool.
So the movement is called 135, but it's not a standard 135 that has been produced 11,000 times. It is the 135O. And O stands for observatory or observatoire.
Yeah, you can see it here.
And yeah, so Zenith took those 10 competing or race cars or race engines, gave them to Kari Voutilainen for restoration and slightly decoration. Kari Voutilainen also made a dial for them, and then they've been encased in a platinum case, I think also by Kari Voutilainen, as far as I know.
Yes, I think it is, yes.
Yeah. So, and I've seen Marco yesterday ranting about that watch. Guys, I'm not a Zenith guy, and this may be the first time that I'm really defending Zenith. So Marco was totally disappointed by the price. We're going to tell you the price in a minute. But Marco said, yeah, take a Zenith surcharge, take a platinum case, and one of their 11,000 movements, and you come to a price 35,000 to 65,000. The watch is 130,000 Swiss francs. But let's keep in mind, those are, like we said, race engines. And what I really like, can you show the movement again?
Yep.
There are so many little details, but I would like to pinpoint on two. So first of all, in the middle of the balance wheel or the balance, can you discover something, or can you see a lack of something?
Let's zoom. The balance wheel.
No, in the center.
Sorry.
There's no shock absorber.
Oh, right. That is true.
So that is part of the those special movements. They don't have a shock absorber because the shock absorber gives the balance wheel or the pivots a little bit of a wobbly performance, and you don't want this on a high precision watch. So those movements don't have a shock absorber. There's also a picture. Unfortunately, here the balance is spinning. There should be a picture of the balance stopped.
Wait. Let me find it.
Because I would like to go on the B metallic. Maybe are you on monochrome or on Hodinkee?
I am on monochrome right here. Shall I go on?
Yes, please.
On the Hodinkee article.
I think Hodinkee has it stopped, and I would like to mention the bimetal balance wheel, which is not a balance wheel actually.
Give me 1 second. Latest Zenith. Okay. Tuck.
Yeah, here we are. Can you make it bigger, 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 bigger? Yes, here we are. Okay. So we mentioned
for
briefly,
once I know the answer.
The B metallic balance wheel. And you can see the two cutouts. Can you highlight them with your mouse?
They are right there, up there,
the two cutouts,
and another one right there.
What you can see is the balance wheel is not a balance wheel. It's basically just a lever with some attached metal on it. And you can see the lever is made out of steel, which is very unusual. And then the steel part inside is put on a brass ring or half ring. So the brass half ring is outside. So inside it is steel, the silver part, and the gold part is brass. So what happens? Usually that hairspring is made out of steel, out of metal. What happens with metal or with steel in particular, when it gets warmer, it expands. So this hairspring expands, which then slows the watch down when the temperature is going up. And this is a problem for precision. Now, the smart Swiss watchmaker invented something very genius, which is the bimetallic or two metallic balance wheel that you can see here. So the inner part is steel, and steel doesn't expand to a degree like brass. So brass expands more under rising temperatures than steel. What happens here on the merging zone where the steel is combined with the brass, it gives the brass ring direction that the brass is moving inside towards the center. So the tension between those two metals that expand differently gives the rest of this brass ring a movement towards the center. And that speeds the watch up, because then the balance wheel is effectively not that large. So
that
it's slightly
clever.
It slightly speeds up the balance wheel to compensate the slowing down hairspring. So that is basically what that bimetallic ring is for. Was that understandable, or was that totally?
So just as a recap, with temperature fluctuations, the metal would expand, and so the hairspring expands, and to counter this effect, they make that the balance wheel doesn't expand as much to counter the effect that oh my god, look who's there. Perth Luxury.
Ooh,
Hello, man. Just
hey,
woke up 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. Well,
long time no
that's
see.
beautiful. Good to see you, man. It's only 3 degrees Celsius. Wow. Oh, and it's I guess it's what's it called? It's winter down under, right? It's gonna be
Yep.
winter.
Yep. There is an interesting question by J617, which I would love to reply to. Isn't the movement from a batch of NOS dead stock that Kaributilainen used only for this project? Could that play into the inflated retail pricing? As far as I know, not, because those movements are not dead stock. They were only produced for a purpose. Zenith didn't do didn't do any of those competition movements to have them laying around. Secondly, those watches come with the original old wooden boxes where they've been sent to the observatory in Neuchâtel. And there is also some paperwork. And from one article I read, all those movements have been participating in the observatory competition and were rated to a high degree. So it is not old dead stock without any history or without any connection. Those are real race engines.
They are the one that actually won the observatoire competition.
Yeah.
So it's like buying a old F1 car, but actually it's the one that won in the 60s, a very important title.
Yeah. So I'm trying to enlarge that, which may work or not, because I found something on Wikipedia that illustrates the effect that those bimetallic rings have, and you can see it here slightly. So the image in the middle shows the balance ring on lowering temperatures. So that goes then bigger. And on increasing temperature, that end of the ring goes inside.
Yeah, you can see the gaps.
Yeah.
In the middle, it's bigger gaps. In the right, it's smaller gaps, which means that the radius of the balance wheel changes.
The
and
metal
it then changes
expands,
its
but it
frequency.
moves inwards.
Yeah, which changes the frequency slightly because it's dependent on the radius.
Yeah. Thank you. I made my point. So yes,
thanks for
I know that 130,000 is a lot of money. I totally get that, and it's an outrageous price. Will Philips be able to sell those 10 pieces to some of the selected clients? Without a doubt. So
yeah,
it's
without
not
a doubt.
It is not a question, will they sell? In my opinion, this is a genius move by to so many degrees. You have a picture here. I think that is
that is the wooden box that comes with it.
So I'm very sure, or Zenith is at the moment, people associate Zenith with the El Primero, and the story has been told all over again. The first automatic chronograph, then demand dropped, and somebody hit the tools somewhere in the Zenith factory, while the management said destroy it, and then it has been rediscovered and used by Ebel and by Cartier and so on. Everybody knows that story. In my opinion, Zenith is just on the way of writing another story. And those 10 watches are an important part of it. because that is a story that you can tell, that emphasizes the history, the know-how of your company, and so on and so on. And I wouldn't be surprised if Zenith, at a later point of time, will issue this kind of watch with a normal movement, probably with a steel case, or probably with a white gold case or yellow gold case. I wouldn't be surprised to see an entire line based on this watch, and maybe with a re-edition of that 135 movement, not the O, because the O stands for observatory and doesn't have a shock absorber. I wouldn't be surprised if Zenith would reintroduce this particular movement and just milk that story at the end of the time of the day.
Yep. Absolutely, I agree.
What I like is we have here a $130,000 watch on such a simple rubber leather strap, which I really like. And what I also like is that Kari Voutilainen didn't overdo the decoration, because those movements are totally have been totally blunt, not decorated at all. And now Kari Voutilainen could have done Geneva stripes and all that stuff, but he didn't. He just made a very simple surface, put some englage, decorated the wheels, and there you go. And I think that is the respectful and the right way to do it.
Absolutely.
So, Swis, we are now at 1 hour. Should we open the chat to someone in the chat? Yeah,
I did. Okay. I did put a link in the chat.
Yes. So, if you would like to discuss with us what you've seen or anything else that you would like to discuss, please be free to, or be courage enough to hop on. Otherwise, we keep on talking for a couple of minutes and then end the show. But guests are appreciated. Thank you very much.
So we have discussed about 2 watches that are about $130,000. So
yes, that fires the accusations that we're a total elitist watch channel.
But no, there is a very important question. Which one would you get?
Oh,
I mean, I know which one I would get.
Okay. I made my pick. What about you?
Yeah, me too. It's right there.
Yes, me too. Me too. As much as I love the story of those competing movements, I would pick.
By the way, guys, I think this watch is in 38.
Yes.
Perfect size, 38. Perfect.
Compensated by long lux.
Contemporain, as it says. Beautiful size. Just what we need right now. It's the end of the big burly watches. These are things of the past. They have to be trashed in the bin.
They're dropping to 0.
Yeah. Let's go 38.
Yeah. Now, second question. Now you have a masterpiece by Recep Recepi with a case by Mr. Hagman, who is the holy pontiff of watch cases. Would you wear this watch?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yes.
Or would you be?
No, I would wear it big time. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. Like I'm wearing my my Vacheron, you know. I don't give a shit. I want to wear my watches.
So there is one comment by J617. Previously unfinished is not really correct. Like I said, those were movements that have been specifically done for those competitions, and nobody had any attention to decoration, because decoration is not good for, or is not important for, performance. So no matter if you put a scratch on one of the bridges or not, they kept it that way, and they didn't bother finishing them. The only thing that they did is to gold plate them for the only reason of corrosion resistance, because you don't want those bridges to corrode and have some side effects. By the way, Seiko participated with those chronometry competitions, and they had specialized regulators on, and the first year of the competition, the performance of their watches sucked. It sucked. Have you heard about that story, Swis?
No, I never heard of that story.
So the first year Seiko participated, the results were terrible.
Ooh.
But never underestimate the Japanese. So they brought the watches, the movements back, and the movements were examined. By the way, as far as I know, the watches, the movements have not been encased. So they sent the movements only. So the movements were back to Japan, and they tried to find an error. So the next year they participated with the competition. They chose a different route for the planes to fly to Switzerland, because they didn't want to be that close to the North Pole, because their theory was that the performance was so bad because of the magnetic impact that the North Pole had. So for the next year of competition, they chose a different routing for the planes, and the performance of the movements was much better. And of course, they had a disadvantage, because every Swiss manufacturer just sends them over to Neuchâtel, and Seiko had to fly them in. So they quickly found out where the problem was.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think with this little story we can wrap things up. What do you say?
Yes, I would agree so. Yes. So how many topics of the 11 did we do? 3?
1, 2, 3. We did 3, but we had the strawberry story at the start. So let's not forget about that one.
Yeah, that's true. If you want to have a laugh, go to the Hodinkee article about this watch. Actually, we could put a link in the comments, and just keep in mind what we just said about those movements, and just have a look at the ignorant comments that are there. They're really hilarious. I had a very good laugh about those comments. So if you're out for a chuckle, just go there and read a little bit.
Okay. So with that being said, I would like to say thank you to everyone. I think we had a beautiful show tonight. So thank you to everybody who showed up. Thank you to Perth Luxury. Welcome back, man. It's been really good to see you.
It's been too long.
It's been too long, man. And thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, Jonathan, for taking the time.
Thank you, Swis, and thank you to Mr. GMT, who created that fat and ugly baby of a show.
Absolutely. And I think we are gonna end with the famous
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at